Spending time shaping lives. Brought to you by Sagicor. The Jamaica Kidney Kids Foundation has for over 3 years dedicated their efforts to improving the care of children living with kidney disease in Jamaica. Dr. Maylin Miller, chairman and founder of the foundation, shares more about their work.
The Kidney Kids Foundation is a voluntary organization that's dedicated to improving the care of children with kidney disease. The foundation was actually started in July 2012, and its primary goal initially was to be a fundraising organization to build the pediatric dialysis unit, which we hoped that would have been built at UWI. But as it turned out, the cost of the building was prohibitive. There were even more fundamental needs, such as supplies to keep the unit running. So we then switched our goals to providing dialysis materials for the hospital, because UWI is the only hospital where children under 12 can get dialysis. And if you don't get dialysis, you can't live if your kidneys have failed. The main benefit for patients right now is the fact that we're able to continue to save lives through dialysis. And this has been possible by the help of Sigma.
Javari is able to receive his much-needed weekly dialysis at the University Hospital of the West Indies, funded by donations the foundation receives. His mother openly shares more about his story.
Each visit for dialysis treatment is basically like $6,000, so check that 3 times a week. That will be like 18,000. Not to mention bus fare, the medications that he has, so they have helped us tremendously, and they're very supportive. And they don't only think about the sick child to say, they take care of the family.
And I realized that some patients were not coming to Kingston to keep their visits. When we called up, we found that they couldn't afford transportation. So the foundation helped to sponsor me to go to Mandeville and Montego Bay to do kidney clinics there. The proceeds from the Sigma runs from last year and this year is what keeps the peritoneal dialysis program alive. This is really the cornerstone of the children still being around with us. The other additional thing that we got from the Sagicor Sigma was a dialysis cycler. The cycler allows you to do dialysis at home, which means you are not spending whole night in hospital every other day. There's one patient who is now on home dialysis. He lives in Kingston, but his mom is a teacher and was getting to work late, and the child was getting to school late. He's now in high school, and attendance is crucial, and also mom's continued employment since she's a breadwinner. She has now been trained in the use of the cycler. She's ecstatic, and she's being treated at home with the Sagicor Sigma cycler. And this has completely revolutionized her life as well as the child's.
The Sagicor Sigma Corporate 5K Run event, through the support of patrons and race participants, has raised funds over the years to support the health of Jamaica's children through its donations to charities, foundations and organizations such as the Jamaica Kidney Kids Foundation.
So the benefit from the Sagicor Sigma Run can be divided into direct benefit and indirect benefits. The direct benefits was the funding of the peritoneal dialysis program. The indirect benefits are the publicity we have received from being a beneficiary of yours, and the fact that people now realize we are an entity, and we have been able to get sponsorship and donations from a lot of people who otherwise would not have heard of us, nor would have known about our credibility. So this has been wonderful, because we have had far more people being interested and aware since the run.
Some kids back in the days, you used to hear them just watch them patient die, and for my child to be privileged to get dialysis, peritoneal dialysis 3 times a week at UWI, I'm grateful.
The main goal would be that no child should die for lack of funds if they have renal failure, and that it should be accessible to children across the island. And for that to happen, we need to have nephrologists across the island. We need to have adequate funding for dialysis facilities. And my goal for next year is that we start trying to have even one child receive a kidney transplant. I would like that across the island we could have workshops, even in the most remote part of Jamaica. Parents are aware, what is a kidney? How do I know when it's going wrong? So we can minimize and reduce the number of patients developing kidney failure and reduce the number of children who have to be on dialysis treatment.
Join us next time for another episode of Spending Time Shaping Lives, brought to you by Sagicor.